everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome or welcome back. Today I am, if you recognize the canvas you already know, or if you watched the thumbnail, but I am going to do a WIP and Chat. So grab out whatever it is that is your work in progress, aka WIP, and let's have a ramble, shall we? So yeah, as I said, I'm going to do a WIP and Chat. Today's project, as it is for like in my feeling, a long time. Today's project is Confetti the Cat by the artist Sandra Trubin from the company Dreamer Designs. This canvas is not really my most favorite of all the things I worked on. But yeah, it's an old Dreamer Designs, and yeah, it's in my opinion not the best there is. So yeah, if you've watched my recent unboxing, you might know that I already have gotten 2 new Dreamer Designs because they already upgraded their canvases and quality and stuff. So I just wanted to give them another chance and see if they actually improved or not. So yeah, this is one of their older ones. It's from, I guess, 2020 when I bought this one. So yeah, it's not really like a really new canvas. So yeah. Yeah, the main part for me why I am basically annoyed with it is 2 things. The AB placement. Like, I have the feeling that most, or at least the green ABs, most of it is in the background where it is not adding something to the canvas. Because I like ABs to be placed where it adds something to the painting. The green here in the eyes of Confetti the Cat, especially like the green and the white, are both ABs. There I totally understand it. But in the background, if you see the image from the thumbnail, there are like green splodges, and some of them are green ABs. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But the biggest part that annoys me is the gapping in between the drills, because the placement is so like big, to call it, that I'm sometimes debating, like, have I put in the right amount of drills or not? Because at some places it feels like I actually need to place another drill. So yeah. But yeah, we're not here for that. So yeah, let's get on to why we're here. To have like a little ramble about how my week has been. Words. Yeah, my brain, what brain? But yeah, lately I'm feeling, let's call it foggy. Basically, I can better say depressed. And it at many times feels like my brain has left me. It many times feels like when things go downhill, it's a lot of things that go downhill. It's not just one simple thing, is right, everything all together. So yeah, but yeah, we're not here to talk about that, even though yeah, I'm open about basically almost anything. In real life I think I'm too open for many people, but yet still the internet, so I still have a little bit more filter than I would have in normal life. So yeah. But yeah, so how was your week? My week was, yeah, a bit of everything. A bit of happy, a bit of sad, a bit of annoyed, a little bit of just plain right cranky. Today I have been basically anger cleaning, which I've been doing too much lately. But yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, basically my brain is totally gone. So I most likely will forget half the things that happened in this week. So I'm going to do my best. I have been saying multiple times this week that I actually needed to just write a list of everything that happened, but I still forgot it. But yeah, my brain is going on like 100 kilometers an hour and not wanting to break for the rest of my brain to keep up and for me to keep up. So yeah, that's nice. Not. So yeah, in case I start a sentence and don't know how to finish it, that might be why, because my brain is already 3 sentences ahead of me. And I'm just trying to play catch up. Oh well, we'll get there eventually. So, let's think. Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. I was thinking like, was it Wednesday that we went or not? So as I mean, if you watched last week's video, you know that I said that we might be going to the zoo because we still wanted to do something for the kids in their vacation. We ended up going to like a smaller version of a zoo close to us, which is called Kasteelpark Born. So Castle Park, well, Born. That's the name of the place. It's like the place of the, well, village. It's not a city, but wanted to say city, but I don't think it has city rights. I think. Don't know. Who knows? And no, I'm not going to look it up. But yeah, it's a village like a few places over from here. We've been there before when our daughter was about 1, I guess. I think at that point I wasn't even pregnant with our son, so I guess she was like around 1. I believe we went there for like her first birthday week-ish. So we're like, yeah, we can do some fun stuff then, because let's be honest, with those little kids, it doesn't matter what day you go because they're not needing to go to school or anything. So you can go whenever you want, which is kind of nice. Saves you also sometimes a lot of money, depending on where you want to go. But yeah, so we've been there before. Now she had the age where they were also like at the entrance like, hey, do you want to do a speurtocht, what's the word, like a, not a treasure hunt, but adventure hunt, let's call it like that. Again, words, the translation keeps behind in my head. It's like a quizzing type of walk. You basically needed to go to certain places. It focuses mainly on the birds that they have there. I believe like the first was like a nandu. I don't know if that's also the English name. Looks a bit like an emu, ostrich kind of bird-like thing. And one of the questions was like, hey, start at the start of the park and go right past the donkeys. I believe it was at least past the donkeys or something like that. Then you have the enclosure of the nandus. How many toes do they have? And just in case that they are not in the enclosure where they need to be, or in case you can't find them, there were also these like little information boards where also all the information from this quiz were on. So even though if you can't find the animal, you can still, well, finish the quiz. Because they already said at the beginning, like, hey, if you finish it, you get a little something. Which was really sweet. So yeah, we ended up needing to look it up a few times, because one of them was like, what color beak does a black swan have? And right at the point where we got to the black swans, they swam away from us, so the kids could not see their beaks. In the end, by the time we wrote it down and stuff like that, they were turning around, but still. So in this case, it was like, say, yellow, red, and orange were like splotches on the paper, and you needed to circle the right color. So yeah, that was a way that you can also like be sure you had like almost the entire place, and the kids had also something to focus their attention on, which was really nice, to be honest. Because yeah, our kids and focusing are not always the best combination. Well, I guess that's like a given for any kid, especially in the age range of our kids, namely 5 and 3. So yeah, we had fun. We spent there like about 2.5 hours, and at that point it was like time to go home, because you can see that they were like basically done with it. But this was like a perfect like kind of thing for like to do just for the afternoon. It was also for price. It was okay. It was like €7 for the kids and 9 for ourselves or something like that. So it wasn't too extremely pricey, because we looked up at actual zoos and they were like some places like 20 or more euros per ticket. So yeah, that's not a thing you do for just a morning or an afternoon. They are fun, but also a bit more pricey. And we went to a zoo already this year, so. We also wanted to pick up some stuffed animals there, but the ones that they had were not really that were like, ooh, they look like really amazingly good, and that what they had were still kind of pricey. So we're like, yeah, no. We can also keep our eyes out for something like a bit more cheap when we're just at home, and say like, hey, because we didn't grab anything there. Most of the times when we go to like the bigger zoos, we try to get a stuffed animal there, because our kids are like, I can almost say obsessed with stuffed animals. Like, they have a lot of stuffed animals. But I can't say there is even one of them that they don't play with. So yeah, every once in a while we change the ones we have downstairs with upstairs and stuff like that. Sometimes we throw a stuffed animal party, a knuffelparty, knuffelfeestje, and basically dump them all on a pile and yeah, let them have fun. Our daughter's bed especially does have a tendency to get a little bit overflowing with animals. But at the same time, we're like, she enjoys them, so why bother? She still fits in it because she has a regular sized bed, so it's not that she has like a crib or anything, so yeah, why not? Yeah, so we did that, had some fun there. They also had like some insect stuff in there and so on. The little gift they got in the end for completing the thing, the treasure hunt, let's call it like that. That was a post-it card from animals that they have there in that little zoo. Our daughter picked out a peacock and our son picked out a parrot. So yeah, they were fun. So they were happy with it. And let's be honest, it doesn't cost a lot for a company like that to print them out. So that's the thing they can do without breaking the bank for themselves, because yeah, they are a small place. I do know that they basically adopted out a lot of their animals. So like to help take care of them, especially in 2020, they were pretty much struggling like a lot of other zoos and stuff like that. But yeah, they're so small that they were like pretty soon like, yeah, we either need to close down or we need to raise funds or anything, because if there are no visitors, yeah, it's not that the animals don't need food or anything, or the vet bills don't need to be, well, taken care of. So yeah, so many of these cages do have now like these adoption plaques, which was fun, especially the ones from 2020. You could pick them out like really well. They were like kind of a fancy version. The other ones were basically like a sheet of paper that is laminated and just stuck on there. But yeah, as a person or as a company, you could basically adopt an animal and help take care of them, like bills and feeding and stuff like that. So that was nice. There was actually I do know a company for the Nandus. That was a company, I don't know what the full name was, but it was something or other, Nandu, whatever it was for a company. So that was fun. So that was the thing that I really liked. Some were like companies that had names like in common with the animal. I do know one of the types of owls they had there was adopted by a daycare that has something with owl in the name. With like something like Little Owl or something or other. So that was really fun. Kids enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. So that was a good day on Wednesday. On Thursday, I don't think we did much. I do believe we went to do something in the morning, but I don't know what. Most likely not much special. I do know that in the afternoon, we wanted to, well, fix our blinds, because yeah, if you've been here last week, you might have remembered that I told you that they broke down because the like mechanism ribbon contraption thing where you pull them up and down with snapped. So we wanted to do that on Thursday because my parents would come on Friday, which I will come to in a bit. So we're like, if we can fix it or need a bigger ladder or anything like that, we can call them to like bring it with them. So we had like a lot of fussing with it, I can better say. Ended up not being able to fix it. Our neighbors did have the ladder that we needed, so that was nice. We didn't have to let my parents take it with them. My husband ended up going up the ladder, even though he's afraid of heights, to clean out the gutters, even though they were clean. And last time they were cleaned out was 7 years ago when we moved in here, so that was a good thing. Even though I saved his masculinity, as he said it himself. Because, yeah, as I said, he's afraid of heights, and he was still the first to go up the ladder. A little bit up, he was like, nope, not going to do it. I thought he was like, it's too high for him. So it was like, okay, I'm going to go up and do it then. So I changed my shoes because I had on flip-flops, and no way in hell that I'm going up a ladder on flip-flops. I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. At least not entirely. So I went up the ladder. Was almost at like second floor, or in the States you would say first floor, so ground level and then one up. But it wasn't apparently the height that had him like, nope. It was the wobbliness of the ladder, which I pretty quickly found out was a lot more wobbly than it looked to be from standing under it. So yeah, I directly learned my lesson. Because I was like, yeah, I'm not afraid of heights, so yeah, there should be no problem. It's not the ladder that I'm scared of normally. It's like when I am on a ladder and I need to go on, for example, a roof or something. That's the part I don't like. But yeah, I found out that my brain didn't like the wobbliness of that stairs. I don't have as many balls as I had. Apparently I have a little bit more chicken than I thought. Lesson learned, never overestimate yourself. But yeah, in the end, my husband did go again upstairs, up the ladder. He was like, I am not going to get myself caught by a ladder. So I'm going to do it. Which I was fairly proud of on him. But yeah, actually our neighbor, who is like 70 something or so, she actually also wanted to climb the ladder at the same time, but my husband beat her to it. But yeah, so yeah, by the end of the day, we fussed like a long time on that thing, and we still did not fix it. So on Friday, my parents came. We went to an indoor playground close to us with the kids, because we had been saying that we wanted to go. We actually should be going with a girl from my daughter's school. It was earlier the meaning that we would go on Wednesday last week, but she has a little sister and she needed to go to the doctor for checkups and she needed the vaccination. So the mom was like, yeah, last time she didn't react to it, but you never know. So maybe we do it next week, because then her partner was also at home, so he could take care of the little one, so we could take the kids. Even though I still needed to take our son, because my husband does need to work this week. He has off again next week. He had a week of work in between. Planned it around meeting with like his work social worker. Let's call it like that. His work psychologist, something like that. So yeah, it was like, yeah, I'm going to just work around that, because she was already saying like, if you have vacation that week, because he was saying that he didn't know when he would take his vacation. I was like, if you have vacation that week, I don't want to see you here. Am I clear? Jokingly, obviously, but so it was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to take a week before and then 2 weeks after. Because yeah, he certainly wanted to have next week, because yeah, next week our daughter finally goes back to school. So yeah, he wanted to have those, well, at least that first week, so he could go and drop her off with me for the first week. We did that last year and it was really fun, so he decided to do that again this year. But yeah, they ended up, the parents of our daughter's classmate, who is not in our class again next week, next year, but still her friend. So they ended up going on a last minute vacation. So they were like, can we just move it again to like a Wednesday when the kids are back in school? I was like, yeah, sure. Vacation is kind of more important, because let's be honest, time with the family is very important. So I was like, yeah, sure. No worries. But yeah, they planned on actually going this Wednesday. So yeah, today, if you see it when I upload. Or tomorrow in my case, because I'm filming on Tuesday, as per usual. But yeah, we also wanted to do something fun with my parents. It was good weather, so we're like, you know what? We're going to invite them to go to there. Even though we didn't know that we wouldn't go this week. So it was like, yeah, it's maybe 2 days close to 2 times close to each other, but we're still going to do it. The kids will love it, so no worries. Ended up being a good thing, so we still went. But yeah, so kids went there. They enjoyed it. My parents enjoyed it. My dad actually went to play with the kiddos at a certain point. My daughter was very, very brave. She was in like one of those like rope kind of towers. Not like the pointy ones, but yeah, it was like a netting kind of construction where they can't fall down too easily, at least. And it ended up completely in the top. It ended up in a slide. So at first I was like, oh no, this is not going to go well, because our daughter is one of those kids, like, she can either be very brave or very fearful, but it can switch really soon. But you can see that she was kind of frightful, but at the same time she was like, I want to do this. So up she went. She went up with the help of my husband, went down the slide. Didn't go as fast as she would hope, but she went down. And then right after that I was like, yeah, no, you're not going alone. But apparently she decided otherwise. And she climbed up all on her own in a pretty decent speed. I was like, dang it, kid, you have some balls. So yeah, I'm proud of her. It was a little bit of a proud mommy moment. But yeah, after that we went to our place, just relaxed a little bit. My dad ended up helping us with the blinds. Husband did already figure out, actually, like in the evening, what he most likely did wrong, but he was like, yeah, I'm not going to knock on a neighbor's door at like 11 p.m. and be like, hey, could you help? Can I borrow the ladder again? So yeah, no. So yeah, on Saturday they did that. Afterwards we did some barbecuing, so we had a good time. Kids had a good time. Our daughter ate like crazy, because yeah, our son was basically on the move, on the munch. Well, and yeah, we fed him like on the motto of like, especially my dad holding up his fork, or my husband being like, no, you're not going to eat that, that is mine, but hanging it off the table like where he could just eat it off the fork. And he ate it right off the fork. He was like, so we're like, oh, you sneaky son of a beach. If you know that show, you know that show. You know who I'm quoting. Son of a beach. So, yeah, that was fun. Afterwards, parents left, kids went to bed. We had just a normal evening. Then morning came. My husband stayed in bed. Basically normal. Sunday before he tried to let me sleep in, but right at the moment he tried to sneak out of the bed to get our kids out of the bed because son was starting to wake up. My eyes went open, so he's like, yeah. there goes the idea of nicely letting you sleep in. It's like, hey, it's the idea that counts. It's like, yeah, you know what? Just go lay this, keep laying down. Just adapt first. So you can slowly wake up, because he was awake already. So it's like, you know what? Just stay in bed for a while. Just relax. I'm going to take the kids down and you can come down when you want. So it was like, you don't need to tell me twice. So yeah, I just sat on my phone, did my thing. A little bit later, my husband came upstairs and he brought me my breakfast in bed. So it was sweet. So I had my cereals, my cup of coffee, and yeah, that was nice and relaxed. But yeah, last Sunday, that was, well, Saturday, that's not that fun. Sunday as well, but yeah, rolling blinds on Saturday were all fine. My brain is blanking on what we did on Saturday. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Might have looked at the city center for some like small stuff or some groceries, so that we're just like outside of the door. It's close enough to go for a little bit. But I'm not sure anymore. We, on Sunday, got a little bit up early. Got up a little bit early. Words. So we could drop off the kids at the in-laws. So we had decided to put the kids at the in-laws so we could work on our attic for a little bit. So we worked on that for like a long time. And ended up getting a lot done. So yeah, we're pretty proud of ourselves. So happy with that. Think I need to work on it one more day. And then after that, it's getting like the wooden leads and stuff off and clean the rest up. And yeah, then we can finally start building up again. Woot woot. But yeah, also on Sunday morning, I wanted to pull up our rolling blinds on the window we just fixed. I pulled it up and up and up and up, and it was up, so it gave that snap, to call it, for like, okay, I'm up. So I felt like, okay, it's up, can't go any further. And it gave that little tug you have at that point, down, and I had the cord in my hand. So my first thing was, oh shit. If you have small kids, sorry. But yeah, so I was not happy with that. So yeah, now for the past 2 days, the blinds are still down. Good thing it's summer and hot, so at least the heat stays out a little bit more. But yeah, it also gets kind of depressing because yeah, you can pull up those blinds. It's no fun. I like to have some light in our house, at least at the front of our house. We still have the big windows at the back. But yeah. So I'm first going to glance quickly at how long I'm rambling. 34 minutes. Like kind of my usual, so I can still make the last couple of weeks, well, days of the week. So why the hell not? But yeah, so afterwards we picked up the kids. They had a nice time at their grandparents'. They played in some water and had some outside picnicking. Basically, they were like big plastic crates, which I was like, great. Now they will do it again at home, even though the crates we have aren't as sturdy as the ones they have. So they will most likely break one again, like literally again. But it will. So we were all ready because we already knew that we just needed to most likely 1, maybe 2 days and we would be done with our attic. So we're like, can we drop them off tomorrow again so I can work on the basement again? For the basement, the attic. That's the thing I did on Thursday in the evening. I cleaned up the basement like for the millionth time. Because I keep moving everything around. It's like relocating something 10 times before it's at the place where it needs to be going. So yeah, that does not work. But at least I now have the table somewhat more clear so I can... Well, basically my husband can try to sort out his tools and stuff. Because that's a thing that blocks a lot at the moment. But he also does not clean up his stuff. So yeah, that's a big annoying part for me, but yeah. Breathe in and breathe out and relax. And keep going. Yeah, so when we picked up the kids at the grandparents on Sunday, we're like, yeah, can we drop them off again tomorrow so we can work on it again? Because hopefully we are beginning to finishing. So we're like, yeah, sure, no worries. It's like, great, thanks. In the evening at like 11 o'clock at night, my husband was already like, we're in bed, and all of a sudden he was like, oh no. I was like, what? The kids already knew that we should be going to Grandma and Grandpa on Monday. And he was like, I totally forgot for work. I need the car tomorrow. I was like, no, you don't need to mean that I don't have transportation so I can't bring the kids to your parents. He was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but no, there were some stuff and I need that car now. At least for tomorrow. Luckily he ended up arranging something that he only needed it on Monday, but yeah. So like, oh no, what do we do now? I was like, yeah, you just go to work and I'm going to just do my thing inside and in the house and hope for the best. Because yeah, we basically kept all the stuff down because we knew that, yeah, the stuff should otherwise be brought back up again. So like, yeah, we're not going to take it out of our daughter's room to the attic and then the day after put stuff from the attic back to our daughter's room because, yeah, no. Too much stairs, too warm, too much fuss. So yeah, they knew. So I needed to go tomorrow. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I need to disappoint you, but Daddy really needs the car today. So we can't go to Grandma and Grandpa today. Yeah, no, she was not happy with it. I felt it the entire day. That's how we... That was no fun. So yeah. But well, in the end I survived. Don't ask me how, but I survived. Even though this morning she still asked like, are we going to Grandma and Grandpa? I was like, no, sweetie, and I don't know if we are, when we are gonna go. Can't promise you, because we haven't discussed it yet. So yeah, today issues with the car and husband's work were fixed, so I could use the car back again. So like, you know what, I'm just going to call out to my in-laws and ask if the kids can still come tomorrow. If we'll come tomorrow or on Thursday. So I can do something at the attic. As per usual, I get an answer pretty soon. I was like, well, does husband have the rest of the week off then? I was like, No, but he arranged that he could go to work normally and stuff like that, so there's no problem. I was like, he has next week off, so we can take our daughter to school for the first week and do that together. So she was like, well, then I'd rather have you drop him off next week, because yeah, then you can work on it together and the weather should be better. I was like, yeah, well, last Sunday it was also like almost 30 degrees and we still went up there. It's summer and I want to have it done before it's summer 2024. So yeah, let's be honest, I was a little bit cranky about it. So yeah, I also told my husband, like, yeah, I'm not going to drop our son off then, because I told her, like, yeah, well, then we need to see what we do, because yeah, we need to pick up our daughter at school at 3 o'clock now, instead of 3:30, like it was last year. So yeah, if you would work on it both, we need to be cleaned up and all, because yeah, it was rounding up the dust monsters. Not dust bunnies, but dust monsters. Yeah, we were covered in dust, and not like a little bit. So yeah, obviously we need to do that again. So it's like, yeah, well, if we need to pick up the kids, well, our daughter at 3 o'clock, we still need to be sure that we have showered before, because that's not a way I would like to go to school. Completely covered in dust from back to front and in my hair and everything. It's not that it goes for like a little bit of a mess. No, it was a lot of mess. So yeah, and I was like to my husband, like, you know what? If I could work on it today on my own, I could also do that next week on, for example, Thursday or Tuesday or whatever. And you watch out for our son. Because yeah, then I can also work on my own and we don't need to take the trip to your parents. And yeah, because the part that we need to do now is a lot of crawling and scooching over and moving trash bags filled with stuff from left to right and back. And there is not a lot of space anymore. So it's a case of like basically deciding where everything needs to go. And if you need to do that with 2 people, let's be quite honest, it takes a lot of extra room. So it's like, yeah, I can maybe even better do it on my own. So we can still have some sort of space. Oh, I filled the section. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, many of the same background colors. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it on my own. Yeah, so I was a little bit cranky, and also yesterday in the morning with like how our kids behaved. They ended up yesterday morning being most of the morning upstairs playing. And this afternoon also. So I was like, you know what, good. You two be upstairs, I'm going to clean. So yeah, I cleaned a lot. I caught up with laundry. I caught up with a lot of the cleaning that I need to do. Like I even put everything that was on our daughter's room back on the attic and cleaned our bathroom upstairs before I even had my breakfast. So yeah, I was being productive. So that's at least something. But yeah. Yeah, filming. I was debating, like, I didn't have that much battery, I think, so I needed to double check. So yeah, I was being kind of good. Today I actually cleaned out our little balcony because, yeah, we have bird feeders there and they make a mess. They're small birds because many of the times most dominant bird here in our little balcony are sparrows. Hi, Lucy. You still need to wait a little bit. Lucia is demanding food again. even though she still needs to wait like an hour or so for her food. But yeah, so I cleaned out our balcony. I directly after washed the windows for like the first time in like what felt like a year. Still need to do the front window, but I was like, yeah, we still need to again fix the blinds. So yeah, then I would fix it on the inside because I can't reach the outside at the moment because that thing is rolled down and it's way too much of a fuss to keep it up. Especially when you need two hands. So it's like, yeah, and then you see that you would, again, on the inside, put your fingers on the glass and I can still wash them again. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I did every other window we have downstairs, except for that one. And I did them inside and out for as far as I could. And husband didn't even notice it. So it was kind of a bit like, seriously, I did so hard my best. And I feel like I did it for nothing again. Yeah, that's always like a downfall of being a housewife / mom. At least I myself feel like I do a lot for nothing. Because when you turn down, if you turn around, it's all just as dirty as it was before. Or when you do something that is really noticeable, like clean the windows, because I was looking outside and I was like, damn, it looks like the windows are open because I don't see as much dirt when I look outside. Like, how the hell did I let it get so bad? And my husband didn't even notice. It was like, seriously, why? Why? Why do I go through all the trouble to do that if nobody notices? So yeah, I was not happy with that. But yeah, I do need to say that lately I get kind of down for like stupid things, like people not noticing when I do extra hard my best for stupid things. Especially when I could not do a lot when I was recovering from surgery, so I feel like I'm still playing catch up. Even though by now it's okay again, but yeah. But yeah, it feels kind of annoying, so in case you're a stay-at-home mom or housewife, do you have the same feeling, or am I just the only one? You can just say if I'm just being an idiot, so you can say I'm an idiot. I don't mind. I know I'm an idiot. But yeah. For the rest, I don't think I have much more to ramble on about. Yeah, for my medication I had like a couple of weeks ago for my potential psoriasis. I should finish it tomorrow, so today when I upload it. But I don't know if it's working because I already feel like a lot of stuff on my head when I'm scratching. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if it did enough. I did notice a bit of improvement after the 2 weeks, but now I'm like, it's now like what, 4 weeks, and I'm like, I don't know. But that was the annoying part, like every once in a while in between was also getting less noticeable. So it's like a little bit of wavy. It's ups and downs and ups and downs. So yeah, I need to ask my husband to take a look, like, hey, is it flaring up again or is it just me? Because otherwise I need to contact my doctor again. Yay! Good thing most of my doctor visits are, well, basically all my doctor visits are covered by my insurance, so at least that part I don't need to pay. I only need to pay potential medication, at least most of the times, I guess. I have had a couple that I didn't need to pay, but most of the times I do need to pay them. So yeah, we're just going to see how that turns out. But yeah, I'm rambling on for long enough for now, so I'm going to leave it at this. As per usual, if you liked the video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, all the YouTubey fun stuff. Let me know down in the comment section below all the things you would like me to know, or all the things you would like to ask. That's also good. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, whatever applies. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!